Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dom. I am a small independent trader. I want to kind of expand the mindset of younger people like myself. I am 21 years of age. I have a really big mindset and a strong passion within business and IT as itself. As you can see by the website here. um, I want to create a course that will kind of inspire people of my age, younger or older, who really want to get into business and don't really know how to start. I don't have anything myself to kind of prove. I understand the places on which, where to evolve a business, where to, engage with growth, marketing, especially advertising, such as sales, having a really nice website to sell yourself. Um, I think all that is kind of important. One thing I do want to kind of engage with the people who might attend this course is to really, put into a few generic kind of exercises that might be a little bit corny, such as this lovely image here. Sell me this pen. You know, I really want to open people's eyes and look at like, there's a pen. This pen here, it's very standard. It's a lovely big multicolored pen. But what puts this pen outside of, what puts this pen outside of the box than the other pens? I think as corny as it is, and I know it's a really overused exercise, what how can you sell me this pen? I mean, it's got multiple colors for a start, it's a different design. Yes, they're all valid points. That's what makes this pen different than the rest. But as a business-minded individual, I want to put into perspective of yes, it is a pen. It does the same as any other pen. But I have a pen, you don't have a pen. Maybe that might be the case. But there is another point to be made when it comes to selling a pen. It could be the case of how much does it cost for you to get the pens in? How much does it take to to handle the pens in terms of shipping? How many pens can you order within a certain time frame? How can you get it pens from point A, which is the manufacturer? How can you get the pens to point B, which is the consumer? I think some things like that, aspects about any object, even if it's like a mobile phone or a book, a notepad, anything, what puts that out of the rest? And I really want to engage people in how they can see things differently in terms of business and especially like marketing. Um, so I'm going to start off by kind of talking to you about me. Um, my name's Dom, age 21. Um, Lovely rhyme there. Um, I do want to kind of introduce myself. So I come from more of a graphic and development kind of field. I've kind of expanded my knowledge with business over the few years just to try and engage, see what will work. Looking at businesses, as a person, I'm very quiet. I don't go out and talk to people as much. I'm more of an introverted kind of guy. Um, but I kind of do want to become more confident in myself. I want to help others become confident, and I want to create opportunities for other people where I might not have seen fit. Um, so that's where kind of like the business has kind of inspired me because it allows me create opportunities, find an opportunity that I don't want to miss, and maybe something might come about of it. And I think that's another strong part of the mindset, having something there that could be for grabs, but having the confidence to just go up and grab it. Um, I think that is really important as well to put into perspective. So yeah, I come from more of a graphical ground. Um, I'm fairly young. I'm starting to make changes in my career, in my past. I work with a lovely firm at the moment. I do a range of IT development work and also have a side hustle, which is my website development, as you can see on the screen there. Um, I also have this massive passion and heart goes out to business after being inspired by some of my co-workers from the past and present, which really engages my business knowledge because it's wanted me to learn a lot more. So I kind of do want to talk a lot about business as a whole and how this course can really benefit you. Kind of want to pinpoint a few things that you will gain out of this course. So this course will introduce what to kind of look for within markets, how to kind of get in touch with markets. There's a ton of websites out there, even if they're the big fish like Amazon. There might not be too much like availability in terms of just like going out and speaking to someone within marketing or sales or trying to conduct business with them because those companies are very, very large. A lot of people want to hop on and do the same thing, and sometimes it's merely impossible to do so. But there are smaller companies, like let's say me, someone might wanted to do business with me in terms of scaling my IT. My scale of my business is too small. My budget is too small to handle any other sort of business for this project. So therefore, I do not want to expand any growth. I don't want to put any money into marketing. I do everything myself as much as I can, and if it works, it does work. Um, there has been, proof of concept. I've managed to get a few clients for the website development that I do provide, which is great. Which means, as a person, that makes me feel a lot more confident in my ability, confidence as a whole as a person. And I think it can be really beneficial if I pass this knowledge on to some other people who might not have the skills. Um, yeah, so that's kind of me. That's kind of like my business. I do want to have people engage with me more, and I think that's one of my main achievements with this course, and I hope to see it out of it. If I market it right, um, there could be some great outcomes and achievements from young-minded people like myself that I just want to definitely create opportunities for everyone here, and I think it's exciting to say, none the least. Um, yeah. So what will you kind of see within this course? I do want to throw out some activities at people. I might even send out the sell me this pen to people, see what other people come up with, give them some constructive feedback. Any feedback that I give, don't take to heart. Don't feel like offended. It's constructive. It's supposed to be kind of like a questioning your ability. It will kind of suck, but if you don't have the mindset for it, then I don't think you might be ready for competition, because that's what you got to think about in business. There's always competition. Um, everywhere. There's competition absolutely everywhere. Amazon doesn't do its stuff on its own. There are businesses out there like let's talk about AWS, Amazon Web Services. There is Azure from Microsoft. Microsoft being a big company, Amazon being a big company itself. There are conflicts. That is competition, seeing who can push the amount of services, who's got the bigger data centers at the end of the day with that one. So there is competition. So people will, you know, unfortunately take a loss, maybe. And we don't really want to see that in the course. We want people to kind of take it, learn from their mistakes, learn from the criticism, earn respect from taking it on the chin and building themselves up. To make them feel more confident, they've got to take a beating. You know, if you get hit, you get knocked out. You've got to try and get up. You've got to fight to get back into the fight. People and business as a whole, they will take challenges. They will be hurt. They will crumble at some point. It's part of business, and it sucks to see that happen. But eventually, if they do um, stick with the plan, hard enough, if they do work together efficiently and follow a really good plan, they can make anything possible. So yeah, I think that's one of the main important points that I'd like to get across. Yeah, so kind of want to set the challenge for people not only to sell me a pen, but also look let's look at an object. Um, for example, bottle of water. I've got a lovely bottle of Volvic spring water here, whether it's spring or not, natural water. Um, there's a lot of different water brands. There's Buxton Water, especially in the UK. There's Buxton Water, Volvic itself. There is Fiji. There is other brands, Evian. Um, like plenty more. I can't think at the top of my head. Um, but that is a competitive market, and not only those water companies have been around for a while. Those brands. Just look walking into like your local shop, you'll see those brands there, and it's like, how do they get from water to consumer the most effective and efficient way possible? I know 10 minutes has been fairly long one, so I'll kind of keep it fairly short. Um, got to kind of think about it as like, is there a market for mineral water? Because now is kind of like a time where mineral water, is it really good to drink? It's got to a point where back when those companies first started out, people might have been after an alternative to certain things, something that solved the problem for people. So let's talk about spring water, mineral water. What's different to than what's different to that than tap water? First off, it's been processed, it's been it's been bottled, it's been safely handled, and it's been put on a shelf. Um, people like us, we're stupid enough to buy that stuff. Um, it's still very, it's a product that people do want to buy. Um, and it is water's probably not the best example, but another thing that we can take, I got a- I've got a plectrum on my desk for guitars, so makes this plectrum different. I can already tell it's a high quality plectrum. It's durable. It's made out of a lovely solid material, sustainable, and it definitely has a different kind of like weight and feel to other consumer plectrums. Now, this company that made this plectrum, I know for a fact that people like store owners have them on a stand. So they have done some marketing to maybe some guitar shops or musical shops, um, where they provide stands and display cases for these plectrums. This one is a Dunlop Vortex plectrum, brand well known in the guitar industry. Now those plectrums are very high quality as well. Might cost a little bit to make manufacture. They probably sell these for maybe 50p per one, but it probably costs them like 5p one, and they make a really decent profit from that. But having shops, going to businesses and small shops, they can expand their business naturally. Maybe they want to ask that business to take a certain percentage of revenue from that plectrum. So every sale that they make, they can make 10% off, and the company might go, oh yes, we'll do that. So we'll give you. So how many would you like to buy off us? You'll make profit from it as well. Yeah, we'll buy we'll buy 1,000 by like 5p. You're making five 5,000p, so 50 quid from 1,000 plectrums. Um, yeah, I mean, you put a plectrum on sale, it's five p. Well, not 5p. It'll be £500 in terms of 50p to actually buy one in the shop. 5p to £50 to manufacture. Um, but you can kind of see it all kind of coming together in terms of like you can buy these anywhere. Um, and companies will reach out to other companies to try and promote their product. It all kind of falls into that. It's like, how can you see this product? How can you market it? Is there an audience for it? Is that audience niche? Are you solving a problem for someone? Well, plectrums, a cheap, sustainable plectrum that will, you know, not break on one strum of a guitar. That won't break. Um, stuff like that. You've got to kind of think about like your materials, the amount of time and effort it takes to produce. It all kind of does cost. Um, to be honest, that might not even cost 50p. I don't know why I keep looking at it. Yeah, I think it can be very important to kind of put yourself in that perspective of like, how does this sell? How do people sell this? What makes this different from anything else? Because that will gauge a new kind of ideology behind objects. Um, so if you can formulate like a plan, another great example would be like car industries. I've worked in the car industry as myself. Not like not working for like a major, car manufacturer or anything. I've worked for like a small dealership locally, where I've kind of done a little bit of delivering. Um, but I was asking questions because I was inspired by business. I was asking the questions, how much do you make off a car? They say, yeah, we so they buy in the fairly decent model cars, decent age, probably like 2019 to 2023 vehicles. Um, Cars ranging from trucks to small hatchbacks. They're buying a car, they buy it from an auction, and they make sure that car's fine. They basically, put a price on that, how much they've put on that car. Um, when buying it from an auction. So they buy, let's say, a Mercedes A class, for uh, 10,000. They know how much they want to make on that car because they've already done the market research for those cars. But they make their product different. They'll put some body kits on it. They'll put like some spoilers on it, maybe some trim along the side of the car, maybe dechrome it, make it look a lot more sporty to fit that sporty that market. So then they'll obviously upsell the vehicle. The vehicle's in good condition. It's been looked after. New set of tires on it. So they spend a bit of money on the car, maybe two and a half, maybe up to 3 grand, depending on the car. Got decent mileage on it, so it's already a selling point on Auto Trader or the car marketplaces that people would buy these cars on. Um, Also their own platform as well to buy cars where people can consult and ask for details about the car. They can then, they've got the price of the car, so it's 10,000. Yeah, they want to sell the car maybe up to the 20 grand, knowing that they've spent three and a half, 3 grand on the car, getting it all ready, cleaning it as well. They've probably put the cost in per car, how much it costs to clean, detail, valet all the time, the hours the staff have put in to making that car look right, and then they sell the car. I don't think they move. I don't think they do any like negotiations in terms of, yeah, can we do it for this price? I think it's a very rare case um, that this dealership would do that. Um, but it's a business model that works. They're a very successful, you know, dealership. They started from being car wash, from owning a car wash, selling cars on the side, then just slowly, gradually gaining more, customers, clientele, changing the business model entirely. So they're selling cars primarily, and then working into in a sustainable car dealership. Now, being a part of like a car dealership, there are got to take into tax. There's tax change, your transport costs, your fuel. There's a lot that goes into it. Maintenance of a car, MOTs. Got to look outside the box. Like what do you already know about the cars themselves, and then seeing how a business would take everything that they know about cars. The maintenance, the fuel, everything, and then still making a profit. I think that's really, really important to kind of look at, um, especially put your mindset into to kind of understand business as a whole. Um, but yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of this course. Um, my name's Dom, 21, and I look forward to seeing a few new faces. Before I kind of leave you with some sort of idea of where I want to help you develop, I am willing to give you information regarding your business model. I'm not going to steal your business model. I have my own plans for my future, which I'm happy to share throughout the course. But I do want people to kind of look and notice this as an opportunity to gain more traction, more control over what they want to put in over their visions essentially. anything, any idea can be solved. And, you know, everyone wants to make a little bit of money on the side, whether it's, you know, a career path, whether they want to go from um, none to one. Um, that's a lovely name for the course, none to one. So having nothing from day zero, and then actually progressing into day one of actually putting a functional model to place, having some structure. So I will talk about business plans, how to look at, you know, things differently, how to put ob- you know, products and stuff into perspective, and looking around the object and gaining as much information as you can, which is just general market research. And it will just definitely inspire a lot of young people, like myself and other people, to finally, you know, maybe start a business, look into other um, markets themselves or career paths. And I think it's really important. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in on this lovely 21-minute video. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Thank you very much.